Back in the days there were a lot of hard games around, which one can debate was good or bad endlessly. However, since you spent a lot of time playing the same games, it was welcomed, at least for me. We have a saying where I'm from, that a game is Nintendo hard, and that was referring to the old NES games of course. NES is the console I grew up with, and I have a lot of fond memories with it. I still have the same NES from my childhood and it's still working to this day. However, I thought I would focus on a special memory of mine. Many people probably remember the first video game they ever played, for example. For me personally, it was Super Mario Bros. But that's not what this video is about. Instead, we're going to focus on the first video game I ever beat, Rockin' Cats. Rockin' Cats might not be the most well-known game. It was developed and released by Atlus in 1991, which was really late in the NES lifecycle. Atlus usually also released games in really small batches. This was before they became the successful company we know them as today. They were pretty hit and miss with the quality of their games back then, but Rockin' Cats was a real gem on the system in my opinion. When the game first meets the eye, it might just look like a regular platformer game for the system, but it was actually quite unique. Willy, who is the main character of the game, is equipped with a gun that shoots a boxing glove. Now this is not only used as a weapon, it's actually your main tool to get through the levels as well. You can use the boxing glove to boost your jumps, you can hook onto platforms and then swing yourself away, you can grab items and much more to navigate levels and beat enemies. It really gave me a lot of variation when I was trying to tackle this game. And it also felt like there was a pretty cool skill increase every time you nailed a new technique down. Not only did it make traversing the levels fast and more efficient, it also looked pretty sleek for anyone watching you play. The game consisted of 5 stages which all included a mid-boss and then a proper boss at the end. The mid-bosses were usually really easy, while the normal bosses could offer a bit more challenge until you got the strategy or the pattern down. As you went through the levels, you also collected money which you could use later on in the shop. Here you could buy items to help you along the way, such as upgrading your weapon, you could buy rocket shoes, and you could make your weapon fire bullets for extra reach, for example. This really helped a lot with some levels and bosses, which was probably a big factor to why I was able to finish the game as a kid, even though this isn't a very simple game. The game also had a password system, and if you died you could keep on trying to beat the levels like in the Mega Man games for example. However, the game isn't perfect. Even if the game is decently looking, it has some levels that look like they were designed by lazy people or interns. The soundtrack is also far from the best out there, and even though it has some catchy moments, it's pretty far from the quality soundtracks that were made on the system. But even if the game isn't graphically breathtaking or seduce you with its tunes, its gameplay is absolutely amazing and the controls pretty much perfect. As you get good at the game it shows and you just feel like you have gotten skilled. Not that you found an exploit on how to beat stuff. Rockin' Cats for sure has a special place in my heart, as it was the first game that I ever beat. But it's still a game I would recommend for anyone to play. What was the first game you ever beat? Let me know in the comments below.